The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Saint Luke.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus went out into the hills to pray, and he spent the whole night in prayer to God. When day came, he summoned his disciples and picked out 12 of them. He called them apostles: Simon, whom he called Peter, and his brother Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James the son of Alphaeus, Simon called the Zealot, Judas son of James, and Judas Iscariot, who became a traitor. He then came down with them and stopped at a piece of level ground where there was a large gathering of his disciples, with a great crowd of people from all parts of Judea and from Jerusalem and from the coastal region of Tyre and Sidon, who had come to hear him and to be cured of their diseases. People tormented by unclean spirits were also cured, and everyone in the crowd was trying to touch him, because power came out of him that cured them all. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
So we have another feast for two of the apostles together today, Saint Simon and Jude. As I said in the introduction, Jude is the patron of the hopeless cases, and we do not hear much about the apostles except they are mentioned in the list of the apostles. And then Jude once asked Jesus, "Lord, show yourself to the whole world." There are always people who work silently, carrying the burdens without getting recognition. The Lord looks at them. That is the consolation for us. Whether the glass is big or small, what matters is that it is full. Sometimes we may be also unnoticed. These two apostles did not come into prominence so much, but then they were with the Lord. They listened to his teaching. They saw his miracles. They were found by him. They became witnesses to the resurrection and gave their life in fidelity to the Master who had called them. That's what matters. So we may not be all the time Peter. We may not be James or John or Matthew to do extraordinary things. Doing simple things in fidelity is also a vocation. Of course, some come into prominence in the church. Some of them have declared as saints. There are so many saints who have not been officially declared, though they are saints in the eyes of God. The widow with 2 copper coins showed that she was great, and the Lord acknowledged her on that day. Like that, there are so many simple people who work silently, who lead a life without much fanfare. There is always some greatness in being unassuming. These two apostles first give us this message, I believe. Secondly, we look at the list of the apostles. What kept the apostles of different character, temperament, background together? It was nothing but the presence of Jesus. See the contrast of character. If Simon the Zealot had seen Matthew the tax collector elsewhere but in the presence of God, he would have surely killed him. So we are all here living together with different temperament. But what should unite us is the presence of the Lord. Why should we accept others? Because we are all called to follow Jesus, in future participate in the same ministerial priesthood of Christ. That is the reason. See, the blend of the apostles, the rare list of the apostles who are all one in this particular passage. And then the second part of today's gospel ends like that. The mission of Jesus, after calling, Jesus shows them what he is supposed to do. He came to the level ground. There was a large gathering of his disciples with a great crowd of people from all parts of Judea and Jerusalem and from the coastal regions of Tyre and Sidon. So many people look for you, are relying on you, your diocese, your family, maybe large crowd of people. So they all look for hearing him and be cured of their diseases. This first occasion, I think, you need to be heard. For that you should first know what to speak. People are wanting to hear you. What are you going to tell them? Are you going to tell them something sensible about Jesus Christ or your own idea? The whole crowd, the multitude, the diocese, they want to hear Jesus and his disciples. The whole crowd is there wanting to hear Jesus and be healed of their diseases. Your presence must communicate healing. In the name of the Lord you can heal. Your gestures, your words, your actions, all of them must communicate healing. As soon as we see a person, we immediately ask, how are you? Are you keeping fine? How is his health? That's it. So that's also the vocation of all the apostles. Communicate healing. Give life to people. Not make anyone die or lose zest for life. Our whole vocation, communicating life. And people tormented by unclean spirits were also cured. And everyone in the crowd was trying to touch him, because power came out of him that cured them all. The same thing people tried to do to the apostles also. We read in the Acts, when Peter was walking, they wanted at least his shade to fall on them. Such is the special occasion of the apostles. Not only after ordination, already now, you have to be men of integrity, faith, prayer, that people really seek healing from you or cured by you. That is what I think the apostles are calling us every day. It is a very, very responsible mission. Being united, making people wanting to hear us, healing people, and then really communicating God's grace, warmth, unconditional love to the people. That's what all the apostles challenge us to do also.